Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
This is a game called Gone Home. It's the game that we chose for our Let's Play. You're set here on the front porch of what we can assume to be maybe your house. There's some luggage. There's a note on the door.
I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please, please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone, crossed out mom, dad, to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you.
So the door's locked. The lights are flickering. And I have to somehow get into this house. Haven't been given much information other than that, but yeah. So this game was developed by Fulbright. There's the Christmas duck, and we love the Christmas duck.
You should smash the window with the Christmas duck.
I should definitely smash the window, but instead I just throw it on the ground. And I take the house key, and then we're off, and we're going to start this game. Just to showcase some of the mechanics that happen in this game, you press 1. This is like all the things that you pick up in the game.
Inventory.
Passport. Boarding pass. So we probably come from somewhere.
It just said that you came from Europe.
Came from Europe. Yeah. All right. And
luggage can stay outside, apparently.
Yeah, there you go. I think
not important.
Yeah. I think actually I go back to try and bring the luggage inside. Yeah. I'm just like, it's just gonna stay there because it's not important, because we have to go find this person. A really cool mechanic about this game is almost all the lights in the house are off. So you actually have to like run around the house turning on the lights. And it's actually terrifying because you never, like, this game gives off like a supreme horror movie vibe. And nothing scary actually happens.
This is such a waste of drawers. Put all the papers in one drawer.
For real, though, right? There's also like these little scripted...
Hey, that lamp was on and you turned it off.
I know.
So there goes your entire...
Thunderstorm, no good. I want to know if that was scripted. So like every time you walk into the bathroom, like a bolt of thunder. So of course I didn't explore the bathroom because every time I went into the bathroom there was a bolt of thunder.
Well, if it scares you enough to pee, there's a toilet there. Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason... Oh, okay.
It says something about a Nintendo message, and then there's like these messages here, which is total foreshadowing, spoiler alert, to events that are going to happen in the game.
Okay, back to the Nintendo note.
Yeah.
Please be there. Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th.
Here we actually hear like what the game opened up with, so it's just like the message that like you left for your house. So then we get like the connection here that this is
your house.
Yeah.
Love you. See you soon. Bye.
Word limit? Someone writing something?
Yeah, so it's like there's like a bunch of different like side plots in the game. Like basically the gameplay consists of like going around, picking up stuff, trying to piece together this story. I don't know if you want to talk about what the story is.
You find out eventually your parents have gone away for, was it their anniversary?
Yeah, it was their anniversary.
And the little sister of the character you're playing as is not here either. So you end up walking around finding letters from your little sister's journal, and eventually you'll figure out where she is.
Yeah. So yeah, you're walking around trying to. It's almost like a point and click game. In the readings this week, they talk about one of the first point and click games, which is Maniac Mansion by Ron Gilbert. The reason for its success being that the mouse is a much more intuitive tool than we've seen in the past. Like previously in the class, we've looked at text-based, but this is a game that combines text-based elements, but they're more visual, and you use the mouse. Yeah.
So instead of pretty much typing in what you want to do, you use the mouse in place of that.
Yeah, and you're physically walking around this game space that the game developers have developed.
Katie, please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing.
Okay. There's another locked door. It's not under the Christmas duck.
Please, whatever you found, don't tell Mom and Dad. The attic. Okay.
I love how you walk up the stairs so slow. Yeah.
The light switches are weird.
Yeah, they are weird. Well, this is 1995, so I guess.
I never had light switches like that.
How old were you in 1995?
I was born.
You were born in 1995.
Normal light switches in our home.
You knew what kind of light switches you had
when changed them.
So there we have it's like an audio cutscene, which is basically this game's version of cutscenes. Like, it's not like your typical cutscene where the screen goes black and there's like a CGI'd video, kind of like I don't know what kind of game you've played. It has like
my Lord of the Rings games.
Lord of the Rings games, yeah. So
they have actual cutscenes of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no like breaks. It's just like a narrative.
It's a voiceover.
It's a voiceover, yeah, totally. So it's basically like an interactive movie. This game, where you're walking through this like space, and people are like, it's almost like March of the Penguins, where there's like that voice that's like narrating what you're saying.
It's almost like an escape room type game, but you're not trying to escape anything.
Yeah.
Because everyone's playing at least one of those escape rooms. Like, oh, where's the key?
Yeah,
What's the combination for this? I need the triangle to go in the square hole.
Yeah. A lot of reviews compare this game to another game called The Stanley Parable, which is kind of successful. I don't know if you want to talk about what that's about, but it's
pretty much the same thing, but you're in an office building, and some guy wakes up in the office building, and there's no one there.
Mm.
Pretty much like this. There's stuff missing. There's stuff all over the place. The dresser drawers are open, but in their place, the office desks are open.
Yep.
He pretty much walks around trying.
Yep. I just like to point out how gross this is. This is the parents' bathroom. and that's the books that they read, and it's disgusting, and I don't ever want that to be in a bathroom ever again.
Let's see, did you find the condom in their dresser?
No! What?
Yeah, there's a condom in their dresser.
Oh my god.
But anyways, the Stanley Parable, he just walks around trying to figure it out. But there's a narrator talking to him instead of in this game where you find her journal pages and then it talks to you, but it's just a reading of the journal pages. In the Stanley Parable, the narrator gives you choices and kind of hints you on where to go, but you can do what he's telling you not to do.
Yeah.
You can turn left if he's telling you to turn right.
Yeah. And
What?
I think it's also funny that like that game gets so much more. There's so much more hype around that game than there is this game.
Yeah, this game gets very mixed reviews because it's literally just a story, and the Stanley Parable is the same, but at least that one, the narrator adds humor to it.
Yeah.
So that's why we're thinking that it got better ratings.
Yeah. There's definitely the comedy aspect. Here they try to add in like these subplots of like this ghost, and they have like these like journals from when they were kids of when they would like stay up all night and like look for these ghost sightings.
Yeah, and then the parents, you'll find out, are having troubles.
Yeah, and the dad's like a failed author. There's also stuff like that. Like he writes JFK conspiracy novels because we find them everywhere. Just like rejection letters of different stuff that he's done. I'm not sure if they really tie in these side plots as much as they do with like the main driving story of this game. It's just kind of there to kind of like accent it almost. But,
to make it feel more like an actual family.
Yeah.
Like there's other things going on within the family than just one storyline.
Yeah. So here we find a secret passage in the back of the closet in the parents' room. And that points to secret compartments, which you like go around the house and they try to find. It kind of advances the story. So if like you can like search this house like through and through, but if you never find that, the game never really advances to find like the next chapter, almost with like text. And there's like a Ouija board, and that's them trying to communicate with the ghosts, and it's scary.
Adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you."
So this note's just from you telling your parents about your adventures in Paris.
There's this really interesting quote here that I just want to read. It says, "The story element is infused into the physical space a guest walks or rides through. It is the physical space that does much more of work of conveying the story the designers are trying to tell. Armed only with their own knowledge of the world and those visions collected from movies and books, the audience is right to be dropped into your adventure. The trick is to play on those memories and expectations to heighten the thrill of venturing into your created universe, whereas game designers have to develop worlds where we can touch, grab, and fling things about at will." I thought this really applied to the game. It is basically a character simulator. That was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Thanks for watching our Let's Play.